What is going on, guys? We are back playing some more Surviving with Immersive Engineering. Today, guys, we're going to be setting up the Windmill, which is the second form of early game power generation that we will be covering in the series. The third one that we may or may not cover very in depth is the thermoelectric generator, but that is for another episode because, like I said, today is for the Windmill. So we've already gone over the water wheel, and much like the water wheel, the Windmill is going to be hooked up to a Kinetic Dynamo to actually generate its power. So we're going to be making a lot of the same stuff along with just a regular windmill. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not too much to talk about today because really the only things that we need to go over is going to be how to efficiently set it up. So much like the water wheels with how we needed to get the blocks of water put in the exact correct places to get it to maximize its RF output. The same thing is for the windmill, although it's a little bit different. It relates to the Y level, the types of weather that you're having, the blocks that are going to be around it, things like that. So first things first, you are going to need a ton of industrial hemp fiber, and that is why, for the most part, last episode, we went over the garden cloche. So we are going to need 6 stacks of this. It took me a little bit of time just AFKing here to get it. I was not using any fertilizer in there, so you could have gotten it a little bit faster. But the reason that we need this is because things have changed a little bit. You would have needed this anyway, but if you don't know, there are 2 different types of windmills. You have the regular windmill, and if we look it up, you can see that we have the windmill, which is made using windmill blades and some iron. So these are very easy to make. You just use treated wood and treated sticks. Unfortunately, though, the windmill is not very effective. To get it to be more effective, you need to make the improved windmill. But in one of the updates since we played last time, the improved windmill is no longer an actual block. The improved windmill is made from the regular windmill once it's been placed down. Now, the improved windmill is going to use windmill sails to increase the surface area. So instead of them kind of being slatted wood blades, they are going to be covered in a fabric. So they'll catch more air and it will spin faster. And this actually doubles the RF output during, whatever kind of weather and whatever Y level you are at. So it's really, really important that if you want to make it efficient, you need to be able to make windmill sails. And you're going to need 8 of these. Each one requires 6 tough fabric, which requires 8 industrial hemp fiber, which comes out to being 6 stacks of industrial hemp fiber. So it takes a little bit, but you're going to need this if you want it to be worthwhile. So the old one, though, if you remember, it used to be that you would craft the actual windmill blades into the improved windmill blades. So things changed a little bit. Now you just click the windmill sail on once it's been placed down in the world. So what we're going to be doing is crafting through all of this. And it looks like it's about to be nighttime out, so we'll just have to keep that in mind. But we're going to make a ton of sticks here. Actually, we're going to need pretty much all of those. And we are going to go through, and we are going to make all of those, and then we are going to make the 8 windmill sails. So we have that. Now we need to make the windmill blades. And I think we really don't have many treated wood planks and treated sticks right now. So we're going to have to grab out even more wood if we have it. Have I used up all of the wood? We have a little bit of birch wood. I guess we have. Well, I'm going to sleep and then maybe we go chop some more down real quick. But I did not think that we had used up all the wood. I don't really know what I would have used it for, which is a little bit confusing. But I think we should still, I think you can use birch wood for it. I've never used it before, but there shouldn't be any issue. Yeah, so we can use birch wood for it. Oh, you know what? I didn't even think to grab. We should just get as many buckets as we possibly can to make this as painless as possible. So we'll grab 3 buckets. I don't actually know how many we even need, but you can never, hurt yourself by making too many treated wood planks. So there we go. Now we're out of wood. To make each of these, we're going to need 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to need, we're going to need more wood. We need 40. So this should be enough though. I know I can't even prep for an episode where all I have to do is make a single windmill. So what I'm thinking is we're going to put it on the front of the mountain and oh, I was coming in here for some reason. We need more creosote. But yeah, we're going to put it on the front of the mountain. And I'm just going to tell you guys, I am not trying to make this super efficient. So that is just a warning to all of you. I would not copy what I'm going to do. I will explain how to do it right, but I'm going for something that is, while effective, is also going to be just more efficient. How many of these are we going to need? I think that should be fine. No, it is not fine. We need more. Let's see if I screwed us up here. 4. Okay, so there we go. That should be enough. And then all we need is a piece of iron. And then, of course, we have to make the Kinetic Dynamo, too, which is probably the most expensive part of this. Expensive in terms of actual resources, not in terms of the annoyance to make. Yeah, so we need some low voltage wire coils, which means we are going to need more copper. And I know that you guys are going to tell me that I need to switch over from using the hammer, but you know what? We'll switch over eventually. Okay, well, our hammer broke, so that kind of sucks. But, so we will do this, and how many do we want? I mean, we're going to need just this. It doesn't matter if it's a low voltage wire coil because we need to use that anyway. So we'll make this Kinetic Dynamo, and then we need to grab some. So we only have one connector. We need the relays. We need the connector to bring the power down. We have a little bit more low voltage wire coil there. And so we're going to need to make one more connector with how I want to set this up. So we're going to need some of our clay. Right? Oh, we need the terracotta. Okay, well, we already have some made, so problem solved on that front. So there we go. Low voltage wire connector, because we're going to be connecting it to the Kinetic Dynamo up there, and then bringing it down here to actually make use of the power. But I want to bring it in the top so that we don't see it, so it'll just kind of be connected. And then what we want to do is make the insulated cable. If we can avoid, okay, well, we're not going to do that right now then. This one actually is not relevant to make insulated cable for, specifically because we're not going to be walking around where it's placed down. So I think we are actually good to start working. So we need some dirt because we need to get up there. So what we're going to do is line this up. So we want it to be about here. So before we do this, I should actually go over with you guys while we're doing this, we can go over what will make this the most efficient that you can have. Let's go up here and we can kind of get rid of this dirt here. I want to have a nice sort of flat face to work with. You don't want any blocks in front of it, but it should be okay if it's got stuff around it, I believe. It's what interrupts the airflow. So I believe if we look in the manual, if we go through, it says the windmill is easy, blah, blah, blah. So it says the output will be reduced greatly if airflow is obscured. So I think we might put it out 1, but I don't know if the blocks behind it matter. I think I read that 7 in front are important. So we'll clear some of these out. It ends up being, I believe, a 9x9. So you want to make sure you have that much room. So us putting it here will not cause too much of an issue if we throw it down like right here. Whoops, that's 1 over too far. Okay, so we'll put it down like right there. And what we're actually going to do is dig. Oh my god, why did I do that? I thought there was a block. Okay, that's rough. I thought there was a block below me because we dug into the wall here. So we're going to want to go in here, and I should figure out where. I'm going to have to hop back down again, actually, because I want to figure out where we're actually going to be wiring this to when we drop down. Because the idea is going to be we just pull the wire all the way back and then go straight down to it. But we want to make sure that we fall down at the correct spot so that we're not digging a huge hole down into the base. So this one is going to be at the Z coordinate of 269. Okay, so we're going to have to go back up here again and get to 269. Okay, 275. So it's a little ways, but it shouldn't be more than the 16 blocks that we can go. Okay, 269 right here. So this is going to drop us down, and I'll put a torch here for now. And we'll just kind of, we'll fill this in once we're done. So we'll just make kind of like stairs. Okay, so there we go. So Thankfully, that is on the correct color too, I believe, right? Blue is for the input. So what we can do now is start setting up the Kinetic Dynamo. So we're going to dig out here too. I know we're totally butchering this wall here, but to kind of set it up, it's got to be like this. So we're going to put down the Kinetic Dynamo, and we're going to do it right there. Okay, so we are at Y level 84. Now the different Y levels are going to be 0 to 69, gets you 8 RF per tick when it's clear, 10 RF per tick in the rain, and 16 RF per tick in the thunder. Now keep in mind the values I'm giving you are for the improved windmill, so if you want to get the regular windmill values, they're cut in half, but really it is not worth doing if you don't make it the improved windmill. So now for 70 to 100, which is what we're going to get, it gives us 24 RF per tick when it's clear, 32 in the rain, and 50 in thunder. 101 to 150 gives 30 RF per tick in the clear, 40 RF per tick in the rain, and 62 RF per tick in the thunder. And then 151 to 200 is 36 RF per tick when it's clear, 50 RF per tick in the rain, 76 RF per tick in thunder. And the last one, 201 and up, is 50 RF per tick in the clear, 66 in the rain, and 100 in the thunder. So if you can get it up as high as you possibly can, you're going to get more, but you don't get to see it. It looks weird. So we're not going for efficiency here. We've got that with the water wheels. We're just going for aesthetics, and it'll give us some additional power. So what we can do is kind of build right here, and we're going to actually have to clear some of this out when we go to put the windmill down. And my shovel broke too. Wow, everything is breaking right now, because when we go to put the windmill down, there's not going to be room for it. So we click it down here, and you can see it's decent size. And we'll have to remove these blocks before it starts turning, but we can put the windmill sails on it now. So you just right click on the center, and it puts them on. And so we need 8 of them, and boom, now it actually looks pretty darn cool. So what we're going to do now is hook the back of this up to the low voltage wire connector, and we are going to come over here and put the low voltage wire relay. We're going to jump up there, and then we're going to put the low voltage wire connector down there again, and that way we'll be able to fill this in, so we're not going to have any guys spawning up here. And there we go. Okay, so now we can start filling this in. I'm just going to we'll use cobblestone for now, and then on the parts that we can see, we'll use dirt, and I'll put regular stone there eventually. But we can do this, and just keep filling in here, and there we go. So now we just got to deal with making this not look so gross, and eventually I will fix this face to deal with, any potential issues we will run into, or making it look a little bit better. Ooh, I have stone in my inventory. Perfect. So we can fill this in with actual stone so it looks nice. Get rid of this there. And we can start breaking this down here. And I believe once we get rid of the blocks, it will start turning, and it will be generating power. So I think it actually looks pretty darn awesome. That's the main reason I like it, is because I think it's the best looking windmill. Obviously with Mechanism you have wind turbines, but this is a true windmill, and you assemble it as such. So I think it's really cool. It looks nice. People love using this for just aesthetic purposes, but you get some power from it too, so it doesn't hurt. But yeah, you can have a couple of these that'll get you some good power. But like I said, I don't really think it is worthwhile for early game power generation, just because the amount you have to invest into it in terms of the hemp fiber needed, 6 stacks, if you don't have automation for that and you're, not really attempting to grow that, it's going to take a while. Even if you are, farming a ton of it at a time, it's going to take a while to grow. You would just be better off going for the water wheels. But eventually, once you're setting up your base and making it look really nice, it's worthwhile. It's just going to get you additional power. And right now it's going to be sent down to our base, get stored here. Not that we really need more power. This is pretty much always full, even when these things are running. So, over here we've got even more industrial hemp fiber in here than we will ever need, but we can use that for insulating wires. And, just everything's starting to come together a little bit. So, and what a perfect time. It's going to be going faster because it is now raining. So you might not like the rain normally, but when you have one of these, at least you get a nice little boost. So we will go from 24 RF per tick to 32. So not too big of a change, but it's definitely nice. So I think that's going to be it for today, guys. I know it wasn't a super complicated episode, but a lot of people had been asking me about the difference between the windmill and the water wheel, and there really isn't any documentation on what the heck happened to the improved windmill. So there are a lot of assumptions that I'm making in this video, and that is that this current version of the windmill is still considered the improved windmill and functions the same way. Really, I think the only thing that's different is the way it is crafted, but I just want to let you guys know that I am making that assumption. So there is the slight possibility that that's wrong, but there is no documentation at all on the new version of the improved windmill anywhere. So we're working with some old info here, but like I said, it should hold true. So let me know if you guys make anything cool with the windmill. And again, I apologize that it wasn't a super long video, but yeah, people had wanted to see the comparison, and my verdict is use the water wheels. Just use the water wheels. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, that's it for today, guys, and I will talk to you later.
Standing in a glass bowl at the end of a black hole, cold, lost and upside down.